Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So here to do a reaction, and we are continuing our reactions to Hello Stranger. We've got 2 more episodes left in the season. We are on episode 7 right now. So I've got my little memorabilia here. I don't know if this is actually an episode title, because I know like in every episode, like it starts off with Hello Stranger, and then the stranger flips off into something else, whatever the title of the episode is. So I don't know if this is actually a title or not. I just saw this shirt and I was like, you know what? I want this. If nothing else, you know, I can walk around town and be like, you know, give men some subtle hints like, yes, hello stranger, you're stranger now, but you could be boyfriend next, you know, if you play your cards right. But I'd love it if this were an episode. I'd love it if this were the end goal between Xavier and Mico. But as we left off in episode 6, y'all, if y'all watch my reaction, y'all know I wanted to strangle the hell out of Mico the entire episode, because I'm just like, you know what? You had it. You had everything you wanted. You had this crush on Xavier. He laid out his heart to you, and he's like, yep, I wrote this song for you. And you just laughed and sent him off to another woman. And I'm like, God, Mico. God, so stupid. And now you want to be all sad and depressed. It's like, you know what? You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. But I'm optimistic that things could turn around. We just gotta wait and see. So I got my glass of wine, I got my snacks, and I'm ready to strap in, and we're gonna finish out this season. So we're just gonna dive in and see.
May sasabihin ako sa'yo.
Hello, stranger. Well, first, let me say that I'm terribly upset that I missed my date with the cast of Hello Stranger on August 19th, 15th, 16th, whatever the hell date it was that they said there. Oh, man, I'm wishing I was watching this back then, but it's okay. I don't have to wait for episode 8. I can just jump straight to the next episode, but so many feelings, and like I said last episode, or the episode before, like this series, it started out so just light and fluffy, and this was supposed to be my light and fluffy, just happy sugars and rainbows series. Like they're supposed to be partners who didn't want to work together, and then, you know, just fall in love while working together, and that was it. It's supposed to be that. It's supposed to be plain and simple. That was all it was supposed to be. But then these last few episodes, things got complicated because bitches can't be honest about their feelings, and then Mico, he just, it's this self-sabotage sort of, like, I get both of their stances where their heads are. Like Mico is very much like, after he self-sabotaged and, you know, sent Xavier off to be with Crystal after Xavier confessed his feelings. Then, you know, Mico, he's got his feelings hurt. His feelings are hurt because he's still got this crush on Xavier. Now he's got to watch Xavier go off with this Crystal person. And, you know, he is sad, he's depressed, his feelings are hurt. And, you know, he's in the mindset, like, if I don't have to see Xavier anymore, just eliminate the problem. So right now, Xavier is the problem. I have these feelings for Xavier, and my feelings are being hurt anytime I see him. So if I don't see him, then boom, my feelings won't be hurt anymore. I'll get over it, move on, blah, blah, blah. So Mico's very much in the mindset where I'm just going to cut the problem off at the source, and I'm just gonna move on. So bye, Xavier, bye. Meanwhile, you know, he still has these feelings. He's still dealing with these feelings. He's still got this jealousy towards Crystal, and Xavier's over here like, he already did his part. He confessed his feelings, and he's like, yo, he put his heart out there on the line. He's like, I have a thing for you. I have feelings for you. I wrote this song, or I covered this song for you. And he got shot down. He got rejected. And while, yes, he still has his feelings, like, the last thing you want to do is, you just got your ass shot down. You don't want to go and put yourself back out there to get potentially shot down again. Like, if it's like one of them needed to just break down and say, yes, I have feelings for you, like just confirmation, but neither of them will, because Xavier's not going to do it again because he already did it and he's not going to put himself out there. So he's waiting for Mico to just say, hey, yes, I've got these feelings for you, so that Xavier can be like, yes, I've got these feelings for you too, like I told you, yay, let's be together. But Mico's over here like, you've moved on and you're dating Crystal again, so it's just gonna hurt, so I can't have these feelings for you. But if you really had feelings for me, that would be amazing because I got these feelings for you. But he's over here like, I'm not going to tell you again because you already shot me down. So it's like, just one of them needs to budge so that both of them can just like, admit like, okay. But like neither of them want to budge because they don't want to risk getting hurt again. And I get it. But God, I just want to slap some sense into Mico. I just want to slap some sense into Mico because goodness gracious. But let's take it back to, the beginning. I didn't hate Crystal. The more I'm seeing of her, the less I hate her. Someone actually put down in my comments, I think on episode 6, how, the writers started off writing Crystal as this character that, you just automatically hate. And, like, it just took a turn later on in the season and as the movie goes on, which is something else I have to react to. And that's 100% accurate, because like when she first came out, I hated her character with a burning vengeance. I just wanted, like I said in the last episode, I wanted her to get hit by a car the second I saw her. But in this episode, like, in the last episode I said, like, I don't hate her now. I still don't want her around. I don't want her with Xavier because she's messing with my Xavier, feels. But, I don't hate her right now. So then in this episode, like, she was actually sweet and a human. She was just a sweet human person. So like when she came over at the beginning to, hang out with Xavier, I don't know what the hell's happening with my hair, but she came in the beginning to, hang out with Xavier. It was, just all innocent fun. She's just hanging out with her man and whatnot. She didn't realize that she was interrupting, their practice session. But even while interrupting, she was still just friendly and cordial. She wasn't trying to make anyone jealous. She wasn't trying to, do anything to hurt anyone. She didn't have any ulterior motives. There was no underhandedness. There was none of that, like, sort of bratty, whiny, sort of, nasality to her voice and just, the tone that she was talking in like the earlier episodes. None of that. She was just a sweet girlfriend. Like, okay, cool. I like you. What's up? I still don't want you with Xavier because I need Xavier to be with Mico, but I don't hate you right now. Like, you're cool. You're cool. You're cute and whatever. And she was just friendly and approachable. She's like, yeah, I went to the milk tea shop and, the caramel tea is so good. And, she's just carrying on conversations and she's just being a normal person. And it was eating Mico alive, and he was just keeping that poker face. You got to keep that poker face, even though you're dying inside, you got to show the world a strong, brave, happy face. So, he was doing that very much while off camera. He was tearing his report to shreds, and he was stabbing himself with pencils and all kinds of nonsense over there, and it's just like, so real. And just the acting, again, the acting's always been amazing, but like it's getting it to such a place that's just so real and raw, and like Miss Tina was saying, like, it's just honest. Everything that's happening here are things that could happen, like, very well. Like, out of all the BL series that I've watched thus far, this one, it seems to be like the most rooted in reality, in the sense that, like, I feel like this scenario is one that I feel could happen, is most likely to happen. Like, Game Boys, yeah, sure, there are people who could, game online and fall in love, sure. I don't think that's, like, accessible to everybody in the world. I don't think everybody's got the chance to do that. But, like, yeah, sure, that could happen. Color Rush is a little bit more fantasy-like, Pearl Next Door. Yeah, it's rooted in reality, kind of spin-off Game Boys and whatnot. And, some of the other ones that I've watched, like, I just feel like this scenario is very real. People get partnered up with people all the time in school. People that they don't want to work with, people that normally you have to work with. These are things that happen all the time. So yes, it is very likely that you could build a connection, not necessarily that you're going to fall in love with the person, but you could build a friendship or a connection, or, stuff could develop over time. You spend enough time with somebody, things start to develop. So, like, this one seems to be the most rooted in reality. So, like, their portrayals of these situations and their feelings, it just feels honest and real and raw. So, like, that whole just conversation in the beginning between Xavier, Crystal, and Mico, like, it was just real. Like, you could see Xavier being uncomfortable as soon as Crystal came in while he was talking to Mico, and then Xavier had to excuse himself at one point to go to the bathroom because it was just becoming too much, and Mico was just over there feeling all his feels, and, you know, keeping that brave face, and, you know, trying not to crack, trying to keep himself composed, but while you could still see, like, on the inside that he's just dying on the inside, and he just doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there, but he has to be there, and it's just like, it's just so real. It's so real. It's so real. So yeah, that was a fun time. Felt a lot of feels, and then after the fact, after Mico, you know, finally bailed and whatnot because he couldn't feel anymore, or he couldn't hold his feels in anymore, so he had to get off the call. Crystal had her little video chat with Xavier after she left, and she was like, "Are you happy? Are you happy with me?" And she just had a very real, mature conversation, and she's like, "You know, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I still love you, and I'm still gonna be here for you, but I'm giving you time to figure out what and who you want, because, like, I love these changes you've made. I love that you're more in touch with your feelings, but, like, why couldn't this happen when we were together? Why did it happen with Mico? Why? Like, why not us?" So clearly, I feel like something's going on, and I'm just gonna give you your time to figure out what and who you want, but I'm gonna be here for you. And, you know, that makes me like Crystal even more. They're just evolving her character. They're evolving her character into this just real, genuine human person who's not all just self-centered, conceited, and all about herself. Like, she cares about Xavier. She wants the best for Xavier. And yes, while she loves Xavier and she would love to be with Xavier, she can clearly see that there's some disconnect between her and Xavier. There's something that wasn't clicking with Xavier that clicked with Xavier and Mico while they weren't together. And she's like, "You just need to figure stuff out. You need to go figure stuff out." And Xavier's still, he's soul searching. But then we got to the video chat with Miss Tina, and, you know, Mico, and I don't know if it was intentional, if that's what they had planned, or if that was Xavier's doing, but I noticed, y'all probably noticed too, but Xavier's costume that he was wearing was almost identical to what Mico was wearing when they had their first video chat. And he found out that they were partners down to the tie and the 3 pins in the pocket. I was like, I clocked that. I'm like, okay, I see you, Xavier. I see you. But then they just gave this performance, and all of a sudden, like, while they were saying their lines, other things were starting to click, and I was like, okay, these are the lines that Mico was saying at the end of the last episode. So maybe Mico wasn't specifically, you know, saying these lines to Xavier. He might have just been reading them and whatnot, but they hit a place. They hit hard. They hit real for Mico. So Mico was feeling his feels at the end of the last episode. And then some of the lines Xavier was saying was what he was saying before he confessed to Mico that he wrote the song, or he did the song for him, you know, like, "What have you done to me," blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. So there was nice parallels, nice revisiting of those moments, and all of a sudden these moments started playing in my head while they were acting out this scene. And again, like, I don't know what this assignment was, like, what class this is. I never had to do nothing like this for my class. I'll let y'all know this right now. Like, I've taken all kinds of English classes, writing classes, blah, 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 throughout high school, college, grad school. Like, I never had to do nothing like this where I had to do some art performance piece where I was acting for an English class. I've never had to act for an English class. So, like, they were, I don't know what this assignment was or what this class is, but this was a lot for an English class. But they just, like, the poem or the script that they had, it was just a catalyst. Like, it was just a vessel. It was just a means for them to convey their situation. Like, the words, yes, they were written by someone else, but they were just so relatable to each of them in their individual moments. And then just the off-camera switching and giving things to you and me taking here, and then Xavier giving his heart over to Mico and Mico not giving the heart, which I felt like that wasn't part of the script. And then Xavier asked at the end, like, yo, why didn't you give me your heart? And I was like, okay. But yes, Miss Tina could see it. She could see it from the even before Xavier came on. She could see that something was up with Mico. Mico seemed sad. He seemed depressed. He seemed out of it. And then, just as they interacted, as the acting went on, she said, like, it was just real and raw and honest, and that's 100%. Just the acting in general throughout the entire series, but especially in these last couple episodes, just so raw, so real, and just so honest to the characters. Like, it doesn't feel over the top. It doesn't feel like, I don't know, it's just real. It's so real, and it just that's not where my heart is. That's the side. It just stabs at you, and it's like, God. And then the interactions after the call, where I'm like, I just need y'all to talk. I need y'all to talk. I need y'all to talk. I need y'all to say the words. Say these words, please. Jesus, just say the words. Because, like I said in the beginning, like, each of them has feelings for the other, and each of them is just kind of like laying in wait for the other person to make the move. And they're not going to make that first step. They're not going to make their move until the other person steps forward and it's like, yes, I have these feelings. But the other person's not going to make the first step because they're waiting on the other person. It's just... So I was hoping that we were going to get some sort of resolution there, and I was hoping that... I get it, Mico does not always pick up on these social cues. Like, Jun pointed it out a couple episodes, and I keep pointing it out, especially the last episode and now this episode. I get it. You don't always pick up on all the social cues. Sure, that's life. But, like, I don't know how much more obvious Xavier has to be in this scenario. Okay, Xavier already confessed his feelings. Now, he's saying, why didn't you give me your heart? And you're like, I don't want to know. You know, okay, fine. Okay, well, goodbye. And Xavier's like, what do you mean goodbye? Don't you mean see you later or whatever? Even though the project's done, can't we continue to, you know, talk or hang out or, you know, whatever it is? And as Mico keeps trying to, you know, brush it off and shut down the conversation, like, just go, I'll be fine. You can see Xavier's breaking down. He is crying. He is physically crying right here. His heart is breaking. He is feeling all his feels. I'm like, I don't know how much more obvious Xavier has to be to you, Mico, for you to get the point, okay? Like, Xavier is giving everything. He already gave you his heart. He already told you how he felt, and now he is on the verge of begging you, like, to just stay in his life. Like, yes, we did our project, we're done, but why can't we still see each other? Why can't we still talk? Why can't it still be the way it's been the last few weeks? Like, why? And you sitting here shutting him down is causing him to break down and cry. He is breaking down and crying and asking you why you can't stay, and you still can't see it. Mico. Ow. But Mico, Jesus. Like, you can only be so fucking blind, okay? Like, I don't understand it. Like, yes, I can be aloof sometimes. You know, and I don't really know when people are feeling certain types of way or when they're flirting or whatever until, like, they come out right and say it. But I'm like, you know, I can take hints to a certain degree. Like, these are pretty major. He's bashing you over the head with his feelings. Like, how do you not see it? Like, Lord. But thank God for his friends. Thank God for the young Padawans, because Jun, like I keep saying, Jun sees everything. He is the wise old man in the friend group, okay? Like, Jun saw Mico and Xavier's crush from a mile away. He saw Kukai, which I know you guys have put in the comments a number of times breaking down how to pronounce her name, and thank you. It's not that I don't know how to pronounce her name. I know that it's Kukai. Like, I've watched the episodes, I know. But, like, for whatever reason, like, I always have Kokoi stuck in my head from watching Game Boys and talking about Game Boys. So anytime I want to say Kukai, like, my brain automatically wants to jump to Kokoi, so then some amalgamation of the two names usually comes out, spits out of my mouth. But Kukai, like, I know Junjun would saw the love connection between her and Seth. Like, Junjun is wise. Junjun can see what's going on. Junjun is, he's just that wise friend, and I needed him to intervene, because Mico was having this little hissy fit talking about, you know, if I were Crystal, I'd look for someone who was, you know, more charming and smarter, and, you know, blah blah blah, and, you know, she's too good for him, and you see the way his beard grows unevenly, and blah blah blah, and, you know, just having his little temper tantrum because, you know, he done hurt his own feelings. He ain't got nobody to blame but himself, but he's hurt his own feelings in this situation, and now he's having his little temper tantrum. And Junjun just like, you know what? You forgot the fifth part of your plan. You got to go confess your feelings to Xavier, okay? And then Kukai and Seth joined on the bandwagon. Like, remember how good it felt when you confessed your feelings to us? You know, you got to live for yourself. You got to go out there and, you know, just get it over with. So finally, we were getting to that point. And I thought he was at least going to get the words out before we got the, you know, cliffhanger ending. Like, you know, like when Xavier admitted, like, yeah, I wrote the song for you, then cliffhanger. I thought we were gonna at least get the words out, but no, he's like, I got something to tell you, cliffhanger. Oh, FYI, we got a party in August, so, you know, get your tickets. And I'm like, rude. But I'd already planned to watch both episodes today, so I am going to stop babbling so I can get into the next episode, because I need to know where it's going to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. I love you guys.